New guitar day, but you don't have any money? Let's check the thrift stores. Alright everybody, the studio's done, so come on in, let's go.
Alright, so here we are with the SG. This is the vintage brand SG, and as you can tell, it is not in great shape and it's missing a lot of pieces. So we're going to start off by very quickly taking off all the strings and the bridge to just get at the guitar and see what's all there. We're going to start off by taking off all the extra pieces. So we're now taking off these bridge lugs and are going to just kind of keep them all together. Normally I would suggest having like a bowl or some kind of like multifaceted container so that you can hold all this stuff, kind of like an R. David R. tip. Whenever you have lots of small pieces, it's good to keep them organized, but in this case I just didn't. So I took off all the plastic coverings, and now I'm onto the biggest pain in the butt of this entire build, is taking off all of the tuning pegs and putting on the new ones. The downside of this is that guitars don't have to have the same size holes for these tuning pegs. So the first thing I'm doing, which I would not recommend, is using a hammer and a thing. So what I have here is a drill with a multi-step bit, and I'm just going one individual bit section at a time to make sure that it fits all the way. And I'll just do little blips, often getting the drill stuck because of who I am as a person. But this will give me a relatively clean size hole in which I will flip over the guitar and do the exact same depth on the other side, just because the wood of the headstock is a little bit thicker than the actual depth in between each change on the drill bit. So I am now putting on all the new tuning pegs. And after this, I remember it being a pretty easy build, just kind of getting it all cleaned up, but I do remember how much not fun I had drilling all those holes back out. But yeah, now with the headstock all put back together, we'll just tighten everything up, make sure it's good to go. You can see all the dust that came out, all the sawdust. But we'll clean up, we'll give that a vacuum, make sure everything's good to go. And then, yeah, another good trick with almost anything is that if you leave a couple scratches, nail polish. Luckily, my wife had something relatively close to the color of this guitar, which helped immensely. Anyways, now we're going to move on to just a quick cleaner. Nothing crazy. Spraying it on the cloth, spraying it on the guitar, just to get that first layer of crap off. This will be a long process. As you can tell, the guitar is so dirty. So we'll spray everywhere, trying to keep it out of the hardware, and just get a relatively clean surface to work with. Get all that dust off. The next thing we're going to do, and honestly one of the biggest changes in this guitar, is that we are going to polish up the fretboard. This is just a standard lemon oil. And what I learned whenever I'm conditioning a fretboard with some lemon oil is you just get it in there, get it as globby and gross as possible. Then you just kind of keep going. You'll eventually see those like puddles on the fretboard continually sink in and get lower and lower and lower, and once that's done, your fretboard's done. Now I'm moving on to more of a buffing with this white cleaner, and all this does is it leaves like this weird hazy kind of thing on the outside, and it really works well to polish once you clean it all off. So I will do this a few times on every part of the guitar that is visible, that is the wood, and I cannot say how nice it would be to have an actual like working table instead of a base cabinet and a floor tom. But with a little bit of TLC and taking some time, this guitar gets polished right up. So now we'll just kind of put all the panels back on, get this guitar, we got the pick guard back, and here we go.
Hello, hello. How's it going? All right. So here we have the Rock and Roller. This is a vintage brand. I don't even know what the actual brand is called. Like the actual name of the guitar. It's a vintage. Yeah, see, it doesn't even have the actual model number, which is always good. But anyway, what we have here is the 22 frets SG style vintage guitar. It has the stock Wilkinson pickups. It has some random tone knobs from guitars that I had laying around at the store, 25 cents each. These came off of a guitar we also found at the Value Village that my wife got me for Christmas. And then I have this, as you can see here, the tone selector is actually a D20, which is why I call it the Rock and Roller, because you have to roll dice. So it's funny. But anyways, I got this guitar, the headstock, or not the headstock, sorry, the pickups, or the tuning keys on it were broken. 2 of them were missing the actual turny bits themselves. So that was the only other money that I had to put into this, was just some tuning keys that I got. If I had to order them online, they would have been a lot cheaper, but I just went to the store and they were a whole $50. Other than that, I think I lowered the bridge a bit and I did a cleanup on the neck itself, or hydrating the fretboard, as well as just a general guitar cleanup. There's still a lot of wear. This is not a new guitar by any means, but it plays oh so good. So I think we'll start with some very simple riffs, you know. So let's give it a go. So I'm just in E, and I'm rocking just like a really smooth, lush tone. And I'm in and then we'll go middle. A lot more mid, a lot more low end. Just creamy. A lot of, find it really high-end focused. And then let's see, let's go to the bridge. This will be nice and loud and dark. And we can do some other basic stuff, like we could add a bit more of a crunch to it, and do all of your atypical rock and roll, like your power chords are no problem. We can go more of like a muse sort of thing. More of that fuzz pedally goodness. We can go more. One of my personal favorite songs. I'm a fan of this guitar, I'm not gonna lie to you. See, and we can really get some like dirt going here. So yeah, all of that really to say, this is one of my favorite guitars actually. I don't necessarily love the pickups. I'm kind of indifferent about the pickups if I'm completely honest with you. They're just I don't know. There's just something about I'm not sure if it's just like a muddiness that is really lost. Like when I'm in the bridge position, and I'm playing like a big open power chord. And then you go more to the neck. The neck is just so much quieter, which isn't a huge deal once you like really like, again, when you're going for soft, beautiful things. One of my favorite things on this guitar is the Evertune bridge system that it has. I need to really work on it, but I need to see when you have a note that is perfectly in tune. I'll take a D, for example, because right now I'm in drop D, playing some Foo Fighters stuff. The intonation is going to be pretty much bang on, and then I take it back up to E, and once again, the intonation's pretty much bang on, which, when you're in a studio, I really like. I really like having a guitar that I can quickly throw into different tunings, whether it's like, if I just wanted to do a cool open tuning. Just the outro to the video, I just wanted to show you guys, basically, like, you can find quality instruments for not very much money. And with a little bit of TLC and an active internet connection to YouTube, you can learn how to fix guitars up for cheap, man. And now I have one of my favorite studio guitars, all in for $100. So if you're interested, or if you have any questions, please like and subscribe. Throw me a comment, and I will do my best. My goal here is to really just create a community of not only like-minded musicians, but also like-minded engineers who understands that money's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have the money to drop, you know, $800-900 on a decent SG, but $100, that's doable. So please like and subscribe. Please come on back, and thanks for watching.